It affects their job, their home life. At Room to Room, we want to take the guesswork out of buying a mattress, and that's why we brought in this technology. At Room to Room, did you know our specialty is custom ordered upholstery? Get the furniture you want and the fabric and color selection you want. With our free design service, we won't let you make a mistake.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Two milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. A lethal dose is in here. Who gets it, I won't know.
It's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
The sad reality is, fentanyl is being mixed into everything now.
More kids should know.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather This Morning.
Good morning. Welcome back to Mississippi Live Weather This Morning. I'm Mississippi Live Weather meteorologist Maggie McCauley. Glad you're joining in with us early on your Wednesday morning. Hope you have your cup of coffee this morning if you're waking up this early with me. Let's get into the forecast. Have a few things you need to know before you're headed out the door for your Wednesday. One of those is we're dealing with some patchy fog this morning, really within local roadways. So headed out this morning, might run into that. I'll talk more detail about who's seeing the majority of that in just a minute. More rain is on the way for your afternoon ahead and also possibly into tomorrow afternoon. So that's a new development this morning. Also, temperatures on the rise, especially into the end of your work week. Let's talk about what's going on right now. Some rain trying yet again to pour into North Mississippi this morning, crossing over the Mississippi River. It's more of a regional view. Let's take a zoom in look, shall we? Again, tracking these really light to moderate rainfall. You can see kind of a heavier downpour that passed through places like Little Rock, just south of Stuttgart, going into places like DeWitt right now. Again, that's over in Arkansas. We're not dealing with much of that this morning. A few of those trying to pour into places in the Delta like Clarksdale dealing with rain. And then also you can see a few of those pop-up showers from Kosciuszko to Louisville as well. That's kind of those progression of those showers and storms. Now here's more of a still image. You can see exactly where those are. Again, zooming in Louisville and then also Attala County dealing with a few of those pop-up heavy downpours this morning. Nothing near what they're dealing with again over within eastern Arkansas. Overall, a lot of us though starting off dry but with some visibility issues this morning. We're looking at some patchy fog across the area, giving anywhere between really 1 to even 0 miles of visibility out there, especially in northeast Mississippi. Okay, so in the Delta, northwest Mississippi, I think the majority of us good to go. However, the further east you go, the more you're going to be dealing with these patchy fog issues. Even 0 miles of visibility showing up in places like Eupora, New Albany, Boonville as well. So dealing with that across the area, you know the rule with this, just keep your beams on low and take it slow this morning as you're getting out on those roadways. Temperatures right now back in the 60s. 64 in Bruce, 68 in Grenada, 70 down in Greenwood, 68 in Kosciuszko, 68 in Louisville as well. So most of us in the 60s, a little bit cooler if you get up near Iuka, Alcorn County, Prentiss County, a little bit cooler as well as they usually are. Here's what you can expect over the first 12 hours. Your day ahead, temperature is going to be back in the 80s this afternoon, middle 80s to upper 80s expected yet again today. Rain chances, you guessed it, right back in the forecast as well, especially into those afternoon hours. So yes, maybe a few pop-up showers here or there this morning, but those turn more prevalent into the back half of the day. So got any afternoon plans? A lot like yesterday, might going to be dealing with a few pop-up showers or two as well. A little bit more sporadic than they were yesterday. Take a look at this nice sunrise, though, ongoing this morning. I'll step out of the way so you can get a full view at it. Beautiful view over in Lee County and Tupelo. Again, they're not dealing with any rain, just a few clouds in the area, making for a gorgeous sunrise at 6:33 this morning. Temperatures, again, in the middle 60s over in Tupelo. So that's what they're dealing with there. Again, a few fog lingers as well. Rain totals over the past 24 hours, you really either got it or you didn't. That was the story yesterday. Again, if you got under one of those heavy downpours, could have picked up around 2 inches in places in Oktibbeha County. We know just outside of our area, really in northern Alabama, really picked up a lot with that storm I was tracking yesterday morning that really hung in there. And then some of us picking up a trace to even nothing with those showers that passed through. As I said, into the afternoon, we're going to be dealing with more of that sporadic activity across the board. This is 5 o'clock on your Wednesday, so still dealing with a few showers out there here or there into the afternoon hours. Let's go into Thursday because we're going to be tracking this cold front pushing in Thursday. We at first thought it's not going to be bringing any rain. And I think the majority of the rainfall with this front is actually going to be to our north in places like Tennessee, up into Kentucky. However, it could squeeze out a few showers as it tries to push through into your Thursday as well. As we shift into Friday, we're going to reload it and another one comes back in. Now, here's the thing. As this comes in on Friday, it's going to make that moisture return enough for Friday for it to be a warm day ahead. So don't expect any really benefits from that first front that comes on Thursday. This one's going to make a squeeze play, if you will, trying to inch into our area. And again, we're going to be seeing a pretty warm day out there for the end of your work week. So that's literally an overview of what you can expect over the next few days. Again, this is all the way into your Friday. Let's talk about what's going to be coming up next on Mississippi Live Weather. I'll be taking you hour by hour today all the way into Thursday of when this rain will be in and out of your area. We're also going to be talking about the latest update on the weekend forecast. And I say update because, yes, a few things have changed with that forecast. So you're going to want to stick with us. I'll have that latest look at your weekend and 7-day forecast coming up.
Growing up, Gabe was naturally curious. When he began to discover weather, Gabe just didn't want to know what was happening, but he wanted to know why it was happening. Gabe became fascinated with tornadoes and it impacted his life. He wanted to pursue a career in meteorology. Even though Gabe grew up in Alabama, Mississippi has now become his home and his family. And one thing about Gabe is he keeps his family safe.
When people are fed, futures are nourished. They can connect with the world around them, unlock endless possibilities, and thrive. Join the movement to end hunger. Volunteer, advocate, donate. Go to feedingamerica.org/act now.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Maggie McAuley.
Well, good morning yet again. Thanks for joining us. So we're live from the Room to Room Weather Center on Mississippi Live this morning, and I'm your meteorologist, Maggie McAuley. Want to zoom around and show you exactly where the rainfall is happening this morning before we get into the overall forecast. A lot of us dry, a lot of areas dry more than wet, but I do want to show you again where the heaviest rain is falling because those who are getting under one of these pockets, heavy at times. Now, no lightning or thunder associated with these down to the south, but still seeing some heavier pockets. Let me actually stand in front of that. So there you go. East Macedonia into Val dealing with some of these heavier pockets as well. Also within the city of Louisville and just south and east of that on 397 dealing with that as well if you're going to be making your way into Louisville this morning. That's where we're looking at the heaviest pockets. Again, very, very small showers this morning. So if you're dealing with it, you are, and if you're not, you're not kind of thing. Not a lot of us dealing with it at all. Zooming out, you can see most of us, again, sitting very, very dry this morning. Also seeing a few showers trying to pop up in places like Tate County, very, very light rainfall. And then this rain that I'm really tracking and interested in over in the Delta into places like eastern Arkansas. So if you are tuning in with us in places like Clarksdale, into Duncan, also even Tunica County as well, or you're planning on traveling to these places today, just know I am tracking some rain within there. And this rain that's pouring in over in eastern Arkansas, lots of lightning with that as well. I'm looking at that. You can see total strikes in the 300 mark. So that's a pretty significant downpour happening, and that's going to continue to pour into the Delta. So again, we're going to be keeping our eye on that as well, giving you an overall picture. Again, most of us staying dry this morning. So that's some good news for folks getting out on the roadways. Also, airport delays. You're good to go this morning if you're traveling. Hopping on a flight from Memphis down to Jackson, also down in Shreveport, Dallas, not dealing with any delays this morning. So you're good to go in the airport department as well, up in the airways. Not necessarily great to go. Take a look at this Blue Springs cameras. Now, this was a new development. I've been watching these cameras, and now I can finally see the patchy fog, and you can see it as well that's ongoing across the area. Your school bus forecast as well, going to be seeing temperatures in the 60s and dealing with that fog. I wanted to bring it back to this because I want to show you this one more time just so you can get some ground truth about what's happening. Take a look. Blue Springs, this is on 22, seeing some patchy fog. Now let's head over to your school bus forecast. Again, dealing with some patchy fog this morning, so you know the deal with that. Take it slow. Keep your beams on low as you're headed out to drop those kiddos off or head off to work this morning. Temperatures in the 60s across the board. Shifting into the afternoon, not dealing with fog, but dealing with some scattered showers in the mix and temperatures back in the 80s. So that's what you can expect for your school day forecast. High temperatures again in the 80s, upper 80s today for the majority of us. 87 in Houston, 87 in Euphoria, 87 over in Starkville as well. A little bit warmer over off into the Delta and Northwest Mississippi, 89 in South Haven, 87 in Cleveland. All of us mainly going to be in the middle to upper 80s. That's the story for your day ahead. If you're lucky enough to get under a shower or two, that could help to cool things off. Going into your mid-morning, maybe going to be dealing with a few showers again, mainly in places like Northwest Mississippi into the Delta. It's really the afternoon that we're going to be seeing the majority of the areas start to deal with this rain. So you can see even noon on your Wednesday, really dry across the board. Watch though as I go 3, 4 o'clock, completely different story. Tracking very sporadic shower activity across the board. Again, could run under a heavy downpour or two into your afternoon. So if you got any plans, have the rain gear in your car. Know that you could be dealing with this, again, very sporadic in nature here or there into your Wednesday afternoon. That's really what we're going to be tracking. Here's the good news. As we head 8, 9 o'clock, those will begin to really dissipate. And we're looking at an overall dry overnight into your Thursday. Now, here's the thing for Thursday. I told you we're tracking a cold front that's going to be coming into the region. As it does, it's going to cause a few more showers than we thought into the afternoon. So I think even by noon on Thursday, we're good to go. But as that gets closer, again, a few showers, especially up to the north. I think the majority of activity on Thursday, if you have any plans, would not cancel them. I think the majority of that rainfall is going to be up in Tennessee. However, if you are closer to the Tennessee state line, Corinth, I'm talking to you, Iuka as well, Prentiss County, places like that, you're more likely to see a passing downpour or two into your Thursday afternoon. I think a lot of us, again, stay dry with that. The activity really stays up north, but I can't rule out a spot shower or two, mainly in the northern half of the area, all the way through your Thursday afternoon and early evening. Let's talk about your weekend ahead. A few things I said have changed. Temperatures, not one of those things. We're still sitting in the middle 80s this weekend because we're watching another front come through on the day of Saturday, really in the morning hours. And it's going to be making for a really nice back half of the weekend. So if you want to say a pick day out of the weekend for you to get out and do anything, I would pick Sunday. It's going to be really nice out there. Northerly wind at play as well. Temperatures in the low to middle 80s. Saturday, not necessarily bad, but that cold front comes in and we're throwing about a 20% chance of rain that could continue to go up on your Saturday due to that cold front coming in. So potential for rain on Saturday, and then that dissipates into your Sunday. One thing, again, that's new, again, this morning, keep saying that, but things are new, things are updating this morning. Take a look at this, tropical development chance. I showed you this yesterday. It had a medium chance of development. Look at this. It's now a high chance of development. This really disorganization of storms that's coming off the African coastline. It's going to be moving into that red blob. And as it does, it moves into a more favorable environment, has a pretty good chance of forming into something over the next 7 days. And then even a low chance of forming over the next 2 days. So we're going to continue to watch it as it makes its way into really that red region, see if it forms into something. But as I said, that chance has continued to go up. Now a high chance of development over the next 7 days. So we'll keep you updated with that. Overall, here's a look at your 7-day forecast. 80s today, 90s tomorrow. I told you Friday might be a little warm. I told you we've been continuing to up that high temperature on Friday. That's the same story today. Look at that. We were in the low 90s yesterday for Friday. I bumped it to the middle 90s today because I really do think it's going to be getting that warm. It's going to be a warm day overall of the next 7 on your Friday, looking to be the warmest, not necessarily those cool Friday night football games that we saw last week. So warm Friday ahead. The good news is it's mainly going to be dry out there. Rain chances do return early on your Saturday, about a 20% chance because of a cold front coming in. Then we start to turn dry by the back half of the weekend. Then rain returns into next work week. And temperatures look to stay in the 80s. So that's some good news if you do like the cooler conditions. That's a look at your 7-day forecast. I do want to go. Let's talk about the radar one more time before I leave. Want to track out exactly where this rain is for you this morning before I let you go. Again, most of us sitting dry, just dealing with patchy fog. If you're just now tuning in and listening this morning, you will be dealing with some patchy fogs, especially on local roadways within Northeast Mississippi. And then some of us also dealing with some rain. So let me zoom in and show you that again before I let you go. Down in places like really eastern Attala County into really south of the city of Louisville, dealing with that. East Macedonia dealing with some heavy downpours. Now you can see total strikes just behind me at 0. So no lightning, no thunder associated with that, but some heavy downpours nonetheless out there for your morning commute. Overall, the rest of Northeast Mississippi dry, and then a few showers in places like Tate County. And the heaviest portion, I'm going to continue to track this into the break and then into our next show, is this heavy rain that's over in eastern Arkansas. Let me kind of shift that over so you can see that. Lots of lightning associated with this that's pouring into the Delta. That's really it. Lots of lightning as well and heavy rain. It's going to continue to make its way in, so I'm going to continue to keep my eye on it. Overall, that's what you can expect this morning. Thanks always for tuning in with us. Make sure to tune in again at 7 for your latest forecast. We're going to continue to show you what's happening on radar. I'll give you an update of the fog potential as well. Again, all coming up.
March 24th, 2023 was a normal Friday. You know, we knew the weather was not good, but we needed to take shelter, and we didn't have shelter. My husband and almost 2-year-old daughter, Ethan and Riley, they did lose their lives in the storm. We're still recovering from it. We'll always be recovering from it. Matt Laupon cares about the community. He's not just there to collect a paycheck. I feel like Matt Laupon has proven himself trustworthy.
Your family deserves the most beautiful smile possible. At Tupelo Smiles, we use precision dentistry and advanced technology to make visiting the dentist an amazing experience. Relationship-based comprehensive care. Come discover the difference at Tupelo Smiles.